EFL TV, proudly brought to you by Ferntree Gully Motor Group.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the EFL Agenda. I'm Braden Ingram and back in the chair next to me, Ray Bear. Good afternoon to you, Ray.
Good afternoon, Braden.
Good to have you with us again, mate. Crunch time now. 2 weeks away from finals in Division 3 and 4. 3 weeks away from finals in Division 1 and 2. We're certainly starting to really get involved now. Looking forward. And there's plenty of news floating about, so we're going to get straight into it. And Ray, the big news is that at an EFL board meeting last night, the board came to a decision as to what's going to happen with relegation and promotion this year, due to the fact that obviously Donvale left the league earlier in this year due to some financial concerns. There was talk about a merger with Whitefriars, as we mentioned on the show a few weeks ago. That fell through, and so now it's been trying to work out how they were going to get Donvale back into the competition, and it was decided last night that effectively Division 2, the relegated team is Donvale. They dropped down into Division 4.
Let's start at Division 1, Braden, first of all. The bottom side, which at the moment looks like Scoresby, will be relegated, and the Premiership side from Division 2, whoever it will be, will come up.
So as normal.
As normal, that's right. And then after that, Division 3, there will be the Premier side will come up, and there will be one side relegated.
Yep.
And in Division 4, both the grand finalists will come up to Division 3, and as you said, Donvale, the relegated team, will be relegated into that spot in the 4th Division.
Correct. I think most people are going to be pretty pleased with that. We know now before the finals, they know what they're going to be up against. Donvale come into a league that they've certainly got a chance of getting some games, getting back on their feet, and which is really what they need, is to get some wins, get some supporters back at the club, and start to build again.
Yeah, and I think it brings a bit of stability to the whole 4 division, because we're back to a 12-10, 12-10 team competition, no bye, and our final series will be in Division 1, a Final 5, Division 2, a Final 4, Division 3, Final 5, and in Division 4 we'll stick with the Final 4.
The bye certainly disadvantaged some teams in Division 2. I think Doncaster East might have been a team that was severely disadvantaged this year, and possibly I think Mulgrave, if I remember correctly, as well. There were a couple of teams that certainly did have about 3 weeks, so they played one game. So, well, Ray, we'll move along now to our last topic today, and we've been, over the last couple of weeks, going through the run home. We've gone through Division 4 and Division 3. It now comes to Division 2, and there's a couple of sides. There's 5 sides fighting for 4 spots. At the moment, the ladder sits North Ringwood and Croydon, both on the 48 points, followed by Doncaster. They're a long way back. They've got 8 wins. And then you've got Mooroolbark and Mulgrave sitting in 4th and 5th, respectively. They are on 7 wins each, chasing, trying to get a spot in that top 4. Mooroolbark have a slightly better percentage by just under 7%. Ray, I think you and I think it's going to be hard for Mulgrave, but how's their run home looking?
Yeah, well, look, Mulgrave, they've got Doncaster this week, then they've got Waverley Blues and Bayswater. Yep. I believe they can certainly beat Waverley Blues and Bayswater. Doncaster this week, I think this week's going to certainly shape the...
It's probably the decider, isn't it? If
it is, but not only that, Braden, the top 3 sides all have a bye. North Ringwood, Croydon and Doncaster all have got a bye still to come. So that just throws a little bit more into the mix of who's going to be there. And I don't think we're going to know until 5 o'clock on the end of round 18.
Yeah, well, North Ringwood and Croydon have obviously got the first 2 spots locked up, so they already get basically the double chance. It's the interesting thing, though, North Ringwood, they have a bye, and you and I, Ray, we've spoken about this privately. That what's your thoughts there? For me, I'm a little bit concerned, because if North Ringwood go in and they have the bye, they win the game, then it's another bye, and then they've got a grand final. That's not much footy when you've got to come out and play a grand final. Yeah,
but I mean, it depends on injuries. If they've got injuries, yes, they'll appreciate the bye. They can rest their side and go into the finals nice and fresh. Look, Brett Moyle, he's been around football long enough. They've had byes during the year, so they worked out what's best.
It's a different situation, though, Ray. I mean, it's not just one bye. It's a bye followed by a game followed by another bye. It's a very different, especially when you want to be a well-oiled machine. You're probably not going to be at that stage if you're having that much time off.
I just think that if I was coaching that side, I would just say, look, it's dished up what we got, and we'll just take it week by week.
Ray, North Ringwood and Croydon sit comfortably at the top. Is there any challenger for me? I really think the way Doncaster are coming home strong, I think they will challenge and could cause a couple of upsets come finals. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, Doncaster, they're certainly in the mix to play in the grand final. There's no doubt about that. And North Ringwood, as they found out last year, if you're not 100% come finals, you can be knocked over. Croydon knocked them over last year when they were favourites. And so, look, anybody, and let's not write off the side that gets into that fourth spot, whether it be Mirrabbark or Mulgrave, because they're in there, they've got every chance.
As you mentioned, although Doncaster is in the four by one game, they've still got a bye to come, so they're certainly by no means safe. Effectively, they're all on the same amount of wins if you take that bye into play. So, really, it's a tight race for that fifth position, for that top four. And Ray, we think Mulgrave misses out.
I think Mulgrave miss out because of their percentage. They've only got 95%, whereas Mirrabbark's 102. I think that if they did finish up on equal points, obviously they'll miss out.
Well, Ray, that about wraps us up for this week. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, Braden.
We're just chatting about the Doncaster-Mulgrave setup this week. They take each other on out at Shrams Reserve, and that will be our radio game on 98.1 FM. Make sure you tune in. Otherwise, you can get online, watch it on efl.org.au. Send in all your scores. We'd love to see them. I'm always checking them out on Twitter, so at FootyEFL, get all your scores in. We'll certainly read them out during the game day. But 98.1 FM is your home for footy on the weekend for the EFL. It's Doncaster taking on Mulgrave at Shrams Reserve. We'll see you soon.